Hi everyone, it's Niamh here and welcome to my art journaling channel. Today we're going to be playing with some Scrap FX products on a page I've called Embrace Change. So this is a large sheet of printed collage paper from Scrap FX. I think it's like graffiti text or something, it's called something like that. And I'm just tearing it into parts into my craft journal and using some gel medium to glue it down. So when I glue it down, I'm putting gel medium underneath and over the top, and just being really random with where I'm doing it. So you can see it sort of blending into the background. Obviously, if I wanted a bigger punch of color, I would put gesso underneath it, and then you'd get those really bright greens and pinks from that paper. In this case, I sort of just want it to be quite a gentle color in the background, so it's obviously got the craft color coming through from the background. You will notice as it dries though, the color will come back a little bit more opaque, and that's just the nature of printed tissue papers. They do tend to retain the color a little bit more. I just put the gesso over the top, and you can see me blending with my fingers just to soften off those edges a little bit. And now I'm going in with some mark making stamps with the black, just to sort of tie it all together and sort of give some patterns to lead my eye around the page. And you'll see again that I'm overlapping, so I am, popping the stamping over the collage tissue as well as leading it out into those areas of white space. And that just helps to make everything look like it belongs on the page. I have kind of gone a little bit overboard with my stamping here and filled up all the gaps, but that's okay. These things happen. So once I've dried it off, I then decided I wanted a bit of extra pop of colour, so I have chosen a colour quite out of my wheelhouse with this yellow. The yellow I used is a fluid acrylic, so I got that one from Officeworks in Australia. So it's a high flow acrylic paint. So that means it's very fluid. It also means because it's more fluid, it is more translucent. So again, all that mark making in the background hasn't been covered up. You can see all that stamping, you can see that collage paper coming through. So it's just a really great way to add a little bit of color to your page really easily. The image I'm cutting out here is one from the amazing Michelle Logan, who designs for Scrap FX, and she has these cool collage bits and pieces that she creates that you can sort of use in any way, shape or form. And I think you can sort of see from these two pieces where I chose the colors from the background. I had an idea that I was going to use these on the page, and I think subconsciously they kind of informed what colors I was going to use in the background as well. I'm just trimming off the excess. That'll go in my collage pile because I can use that for something else. Then just surrounding my images with my Stabilo oil pencil to help push it out from the background somewhat. And now I'm going in with my paint pens and the Tim Holtz distress watercolors pencils to add a little bit of color to my images. So just layering up the colors. On this cardboard, I wasn't 100% sure because this is kind of glossy cardboard, but it actually took the color quite well. So I didn't have to push too hard to get the color on it, and it didn't sort of leave gaps and skips like I was expecting to. So I was quite impressed with how that worked. And again, with the colors I'm choosing, I'm kind of using the colors in the background. So there's a lot of yellow on this page being built up, and just using the different shades to build up the different colors. One of the things I love about coloring in images like this is you kind of have a really good impression from where the shading is on the page where you need to put your darker colors. And Michelle in her drawings is really clever with that, because she uses a lot of cross hatching and line hatching in her artwork, so you can kind of see, oh, that bit needs to be darker, so that's where I need to put the darker color, which I find really helpful, because I'm not necessarily someone who colors in a lot of stuff. or shades a lot of stuff. So I find when I've got little hints and tricks like that to help support me, really, really handy. So again, just using sort of the tones and the colours to add some detail to the hair in the background. So one of them's got slightly darker hair than the other, and you can sort of see me, again, a lot of repetition with the colours as well. So there's something that links both images together. So once I finish that, I'm now going to activate my Stabilo oil pencil to get that beautiful shadow effect around my images. And you can see just immediately how that helps to push the image out from the background and create that really natural shadow with not very much effort. I'm also now going over with my Stabilo oil pencil over the drawings themselves and just putting in some of that extra line work and detail work. So with any printed piece that you have, it is never, the black that's printed is never going to be a true black. So if you find that it's sort of washing into the background a little bit, get a black pen or a black pencil and draw over the top, and you'll notice how it just pushes out from the background immediately. So now I've got quite a complex image going on one side. I wanted to have some words on the other side, and I decided to use my new chrome pens. So this is silver from an Australian company called Life of Colour, and you can see how bright it is. So it looks almost white on the page. It is sort of the chrome effect mirror image pens, so they are really, really shiny and bright, which I'm really enjoying, particularly this color, because it's a gorgeous sort of highlight color that you can use on your page. So once I've drawn it out with my thin letters first, now I'm going back and just thickening up the letters a little bit, so extending them down, widening them so it fits into the page a little bit better and looks like, you know, it's been very planned, where I've put everything when in actual fact I just wrote it. For those of you who have used metallic pens before, one of the things I really love about this pen is it doesn't smell. So I've found, I used to use the Krylon leafing pens a lot in the past, which I really loved, but I always found it had a bit of a smell to it. So I've really enjoyed these ones because it really doesn't bother me. I'm quite sensitive to those sort of strong smelling products, so I like the fact that this one really doesn't. Just to help pop it out a little bit more from the background, I'm actually drawing around the entire letter with my black pen. So in most cases when you see me do stuff, you'll notice I only do it on one side, but in this case I decided I wanted to encompass the entire letter just so it really sort of popped out from the background, which it probably didn't need to because it's very, very shiny and very, very in your face, but now it's even more so. So, you know, more is more. When I'm finished this, then I'm just going to have a look at what else is needed to help tie the page together. So I always tend to find at the end of doing a page like this, I have a little bit of, is it finished? Is it not? Does it need anything else? And I'm usually quite quick at making my decisions. I know some people find it easier if they sort of step away from it for a little while, whether that may be 10 minutes or coming back the next day. So it's always good to look at things with a fresh pair of eyes. I decided in this case that I wanted to put a white drop shadow around this as well, just to push it out from the background even further. And you'll see that in the close-up at the end, how that changes it. So quite often with stuff like this, one, I feel it needs it, and two, I'm just enjoying being in the moment. You can see I've got my iPad there. I'm obviously watching something in the background. So, you know, sometimes I just add stuff just because I'm enjoying the moment of being there. My mind's moving and I'm having fun doing it. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. So if you're enjoying it, just keep going. So that's the final page. Thank you so much for watching. And check out the description box below. If there's anything that you need to know about this page, please contact me or leave a comment below. Thanks, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.